A DoorDasher brought an order to the door and she got one of the biggest surprises in her life.
3 days ago, October 12th, 2025, I was a victim of SA by a DoorDash customer while I was doing my job as a DoorDash driver. Excuse me if you've already seen this. This is my third time posting this because TikTok keeps silencing me and taking my videos down and giving me strikes. So if I get one more strike, you guys, I'm just letting you know right now my account is going to be banned. So I'm going to try to word this as chill as possible to avoid getting this video striked. So on October 12th, 2025, the DoorDash customer requested that their order be left at their front door. When I arrived at their front door was wide open. Their lights were on. And they were sleeping on the couch within eyesight of the front door with their pants and underwear pulled down to their ankles, and they were indecently exposed to me. I got this on video, and I'm not even going to be posting the video clip anymore because I'm pretty sure that's what's getting me the strikes. But yeah, I reported it to DoorDash, and DoorDash did ban the customer. And then 2 days later, DoorDash banned me, which doesn't seem unrelated. I appealed, and they were supposed to respond to my appeal within 7 to 10 business days. They didn't even provide me a reason for my deactivation. They're supposed to send an email. They didn't. So I contacted support, and they told me to continue with my appeal without knowing a reason why. There's an option to select, don't know why I was deactivated, and then you still have to explain yourself. So I did. And within 12 hours afterward, they had already denied my appeal. So I'm really never getting my DoorDash account back. DoorDash deactivated me. DoorDash punished me for exposing my assaulter, and TikTok is currently punishing me for exposing my story time. And this is the only justice I'm getting because I also reported this to the police, and the police are doing nothing. So what? You're gonna take down my videos and give me strikes and just expect me to be like, oh, I just better shut up. I just better sit here and be quiet. I just better not say anything else. I've lost my job, my only way to pay my bills and make a living. I've also gotten assaulted, and the police are doing nothing to help me. So let me just shut up. You know, the videos got taken down. Nobody has to know what happened to me. No, I'm going to keep telling my story. Like, this is the only justice I'm getting, is exposing this man and having posted that video and it has gone viral. Like, now he can live with shame and embarrassment if people have seen it and knows who he is or where he, you know what I'm saying?
Ma'am, you about to end up in jail and you shocked that you got fired. I'm gonna need you to play this back with a calm mind because I already knew why you got fired. But go off.
He's not getting in trouble with the police. He didn't lose his job if he has one. Like, what's going on with him? Why am I getting fired? Why are my videos getting taken down? And why am I getting strikes? Like, I'm about to lose my account. I was assaulted. I'm the victim. I lost my job. I'm the victim. Right? Is this making sense to anybody?
No, I finally had the opportunity to see the video. I found it on Twitter. He was wrong for having his door open, partially in his birthday suit on his couch, sleep. That was inappropriate. And I can understand why you felt a certain type of way about that because that was wrong. Kids could have been walking by. Whatever the case may be, it's not safe for the people on the outside. It is not safe for him either because anybody could have came into his house. Let's be perfectly clear. You were not SA. You shouldn't even be putting yourself in that category because that's not what happened to you. A sleeping man did not assault you. The sleeping man did not get up and come to the door in his birthday suit. That is not what occurred to you. And I think that that's very important to mention. We need to keep those crimes, and not keep trying to dogpile stuff on it. I am of the firm belief if you plan on having special moment with yourself, you need to close your curtains and close your door. But I also don't know whether or not somebody kicked open the door, whatever the case may be. Do not know. But either way, it was open. The problem that I have with you in general is, number one, you not only recorded the video, you zoomed in. Based on the video, his hands had a cover over it and his stuff was covered. This is what her caption read. A man named Austin ordered DoorDash, selects the option to have order left at the door, sees his DoorDasher me has a female name, falls asleep on the couch with his pants wear to his ankles and his front door wide open and 59 degrees. So this is what I see when I have to leave the door. I cannot show you the picture. I ain't getting struck for this. It wasn't like a frontal. He was to the side. I have no problem with her taking a photo for evidence, sending it to DoorDash and say, hey, this is what happened to me. Because he should have, based on this video, he should have his account banned. Because that's inappropriate behavior. And you're wondering why you're getting fired from DoorDash. Because you violated somebody's privacy, putting his safety at risk. Because you felt like you weren't getting the justice that you deserve. TikTok was correct in snatching your video down. Because you did not have a right to post that man for millions of people to see. You wanted to shame him. And I'm okay with the police stepping in and handling it and doing whatever they need to do. But at this particular point, you should be glad that they're not doing nothing right now, because it's a high likelihood that that man can sue the brakes off of you. And criminal charges, if possible. Because the reality is, you were at an angle, you did zoom into his house. From the angle that you see, you would have seen that man's hip and thigh. That's it. Nothing more. If you would just put the food down, glanced up, took what the photo you need to take and bounced about. You tried to see more. That is why you were fired. You have had incidents of women coming forth and saying, hey, I don't always feel comfortable delivering these orders, because you have men that do try to set them up and put them in uncomfortable positions. That has happened. I am not denying that. I found out that another situation that happened with DoorDash, I believe, was a man would make an order and he would come to the door in his birthday suit. He did it 3 times and then he got arrested, and rightfully so. And I believe he got charged for indecent exposure, which is also an X crime, which I think would kind of be more so in your league, but whatever.
Hey guys, so yep, I really lost my job. Within less than 24 hours after me submitting my appeal, they denied it. And in the email they said, you can respond to the previous email that you received explaining the reason why you were deactivated. I never got the email. So last night, I contacted one support agent. We sat on the phone for 25 minutes, and then she transferred me to the community response team. The person on the community response team told me that was the highest team I could get to. There's literally nobody else she could transfer me to. I could hang up the phone and call back and then get transferred to the community response team again. So I sat on the phone with her for another 25, 30 minutes. And she told me that she couldn't tell me. There's no way that they could tell me what the reason I just lost my job.
I know you felt uncomfortable, and at some point you may have felt violated, but you cannot do what you did. So as into why it's not clicking in your head that wasn't the right course of action is really beyond me. I think you know, but you don't care. And you want to have this, I'm the victim, this shouldn't have happened. No. That's not how life works. And before any of y'all in the comment section get into your feelings and talking about, oh, you're defending a man. No, I'm defending what's right. What he did, his door wide open and him being in that position, wrong. All the way wrong. You, on the other hand, cannot post somebody in that state online, their name, and then expose their address. You were so upset that you zoomed into this man's partially exposed birthday suit to get a better view and then post it online for millions to see. If she was a man, this would be a completely different scenario. Y'all would want her job. That's not right. You violated that man's privacy, and you continuously violated. The original video she posted didn't have no covers up. She just posted him in his glory. She then goes back and she blurs it a little bit more, but posts it again. TikTok probably took it down because it violated their nudity policy, and rightfully so. In the video, the man did not move. He did not acknowledge that she was there. He had his hand over his eyes, and he was in la la land. He did not assault her. Did he make her feel uncomfortable? Yes. But you can also say, when you looked up and you saw that, you be like, oh, dang, and bounce? No, you was like, oh, dang. Zoom in, get a better look. DoorDash has to protect themselves. DoorDash is not trying to catch a lawsuit. You really need to take this first video down, this one, where you're admitting to posting that video because you wanted him to feel shame, because you wanted to expose him. His lawyer is going to take this video right here, and you think you broke now. Girl, wait until the night. You going to be real broke. You going to be facing charges and suits. You should honestly report this to the police if you feel uncomfortable to.
Here's an update for anybody who's interested. I commented, but my comment's getting buried in my comment section. I reported this to DoorDash over 12 hours ago, and they're supposed to call me back, which is strange because I've reported a couple less serious incidents before, and they called me back within 1 to 2 hours for those reports. So I don't know what's going on there, but I didn't report this to the police last night because I wasn't sure of DoorDash's process for like SA, or if this was even reportable to the police in New York State because he was in his home. But after so many people told me to report it to the police, I did. And I called the non-emergency line, and they sent a police officer over to speak to me in person and watch the video that I have. And then he asked me to email it to him, and he asked me if I want to press charges, like what do I want to come from this? And I said, yeah, if there are charges to press, I would prefer that because I don't want this to happen to somebody else again. And he understood that, the police officer, and then he went back out to his car, and then he came back to me, and he told me, like, this is pretty much verbatim. It's not verbatim, but, like, it's the point that he said. He said he's not sure if there are charges that can be pressed at this point because he was inside of his house, and specifically he said it's not like he came up to his door with it out or, like, his window with it out or whatever. But it's like, come on now.
He got plausible deniability. He didn't come. If he would have came up to the door and was like, whoosh, flashed you, it probably would have been under the indecent exposure umbrella, which is also an ex-crime. And I do think that you can be put on that list for something like that. But he was in his home. He did not approach you. He stayed where he was. He stayed where he was. He stayed on that couch. And you walked away. Even when you walked away, that man did not come to that porch. If you are ever put in an uncomfortable situation, report it to the company, but also report it to the police immediately. Forget they process. You go ahead and file your report. The reason why they did not respond to you immediately because they was getting their lawyers involved, ma'am. And then when you put that video on, they was like, yeah, hey, you got to cut old girl loose. This right here about to be a problem. We can't have that. We don't want to spend out no money.
Like, how likely is it that it's cold outside? It's pretty chilly. Your ceiling fan is on. You got all your lights on in your house. You got your front door open, right? You just ordered DoorDash 15 minutes ago. And within 15 minutes of ordering DoorDash and it getting delivered to your front door, you're asleep on the couch with your pants and your underwear to your ankles, your front door wide open, your lights on, it's freezing outside. Like, come on now. That is voyeurism. That is...
Ma'am, you were via the voyeur in the situation. You was watching him. You zoomed in on him. He didn't zoom in on you. He wasn't cracking his windows trying to get a view of you. He didn't do that.
That is exhibitionism. That was something against my own will that I was fulfilling for that man.
Oh, this is the thing. His door being open and him falling asleep and you seeing that was against your will. But you know what wasn't against your will? When you took your camera out and you recorded him. You know what else wasn't against your will? When you zoomed in your camera to get a better peek of him. That wasn't against your will. That was a choice. It was a choice for you to take your clip and post it on TikTok. That was a choice. That wasn't against your will. It wasn't against your will when you shared it with millions and millions and millions of people because you wanted him to be embarrassed. It wasn't against your will when you exposed his address and his name. You felt like this was inappropriate for you to see, but you didn't feel like it was inappropriate for the rest of the world to see. Then you talking about his exhibitionism. Exhibitionism is them coming out in public. He wouldn't have been in his house. He would have been out there publicly slaying it.
I forgot to say the police officer said he was going over to the residence of that DoorDash customer to speak to him and see what his side of the story is, what he has to say about what was going on with him. And then another major factor that we're not even considering is that man lives in a duplex. In that video, you'll see another door next to his. That's another apartment unit right next to his. That could be a family. Anybody could walk out. See, listen, if I wasn't the target, you still shouldn't be, whether you're drunk or under the influence of any substances, with your door wide open regardless, because anybody could walk out and get assaulted from that, seeing what you're doing on your couch. It could be a child. Anybody could come up on your porch and see that. Anybody walking by on the sidewalk and accidentally getting a glance would be a victim.
DoorDash finally responded, and this is what they had to say. We've seen some tough and sensitive posts over the past few days, and we want to clear the air. No one should ever have to experience sexual assault, harassment, or abuse. And DoorDash never deactivates someone for reporting it. Full stop. We take these reports incredibly seriously. And we work closely with the law enforcement to investigate and support those affected. In this case, the Dasher let us know about an experience that made them feel unsafe. And that's exactly what we always want Dashers to do. Our team immediately began investigating and has been in direct contact with law enforcement and is prepared to fully support any of their efforts. However, Posting a video of a customer in their home and disclosing their personal details publicly. It is a clear violation of our policy. That is the sole reason that this Dasher's account was deactivated along with the customers. While we investigated, we've also ensured that the Dasher has full access to their earnings. So she was like, I have money in that account. I can't get access to it. You have access to your earnings, ma'am, which is great. And I hope you have enough money to pay your bills or whatever the case may be. But this right here, they're telling you. So you exposed his home in that video. You zoomed in. I know he got a sectional couch. I know he got a PS5 with a monitor in the corner. I know he had on a blue hoodie. I know that he's the white man. I know his name is Austin. I know he live at 136, whatever that may be. I know all of that because I saw your video. I know that it was 59 degrees outside. I know he got an American flag in his living room up against his white wall. And I ain't never met Austin a day in my life. But guess what? I saw your video. That's been shared millions of times. Austin probably got people in his family looking at that and like, oh no. What's going on? So they doing it. DoorDash not only doing an investigation, they also talking to their lawyers because they're trying not to get sued either. They know what's coming your way, but you don't know. We know these are sensitive situations, and we want every Dasher to know if you ever feel unsafe or experience something concerning, come to us. We have to listen, act, and support. That is true. They responded to a customer in the comment section and said this. They can't record evidence. Seriously? Dashers can 100% record evidence. This Dasher did the right thing by filming what they saw and reporting it to us so we could investigate. Sharing any customer's personal information online, including a video of them in their home, is a direct violation of the policies, and they're absolutely correct. DoorDash isn't wrong. She should have lost her account. You can't do that. And I said it before, he should have had his door shut. Luckily for him, she recorded this video because it can show that he did not get up and do anything lascivious to her. That's the blessing for him. And I do feel that she have a right to feel uncomfortable. Do not get me wrong, because you like, oh my gosh, what the heck?
Hey guys, it's been a minute. A whole 24 hours, I know. But I have an update as of October 16th, 2025. But first and foremost, I just want to thank everybody for the overwhelming support and allyship that you've shown me. It's really making me feel so validated and seen and heard. And that's really helping me through this tough time. So I just want to let you guys know I really appreciate the outpouring of support. So the update is, last night I was made aware, a bunch of people started commenting on my pages that DoorDash made a public statement about me on their TikTok story and on their most recent Instagram post in the comment section. And I'm not going to speak too much further on details, but what I am going to say is I and the entire rest of the world found out why I lost my job at the exact same time. I didn't find out before you guys. I'm just letting you know this right now. The people that saw their public statements and made me aware that they made those public statements knew why I lost my job before I did. Because I went and I checked my email once I was made aware that they made those public statements, and they sent me the deactivation email around the same time they released the public statements, like literally within the same hour. So they sent me my deactivation email explaining my reason for being deactivated a whole 24 hours after they deactivated me, and a whole 24 hours after I already submitted my appeal, and about 12 hours after they had already denied my appeal. They finally sent me the email explaining why they fired me. So I and the rest of the world, we all found out why I lost my job together.
I mean, it was a valid reason. What made you think in your mind that that was okay? That is a privacy issue that they don't want no parts of. You recorded this on 10/16/2025. I hope you post updates, because Austin might be coming for you, ma'am. You might want to lawyer up, and you might want to snatch that other video down.